Hello everyone, I'm Akshay Sinha and welcome back to the United Talk. And today we're gonna talk about some very interesting news that is floating around Man United. Wayne Rooney, मेरा बचपन का hero, Wayne Rooney, the legend of the club, the top scorer of Man United, has actually come out and slammed the players. He did this in an interview. He simply said, "Get rid of them all." This is what we have been saying. This is what we have been discussing for the past 2 or 3 years. We need to get rid of them all because they are not playing up to that potential what we expect from them. मेरे हिसाब से एक एक को लात मार के ग्रुप से निकालनी चाहिए. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I mean, everyone has favorite players in their team, but apart from some players, and in fact Rooney himself said this, he wants Ten Hag to build his team around Bruno Fernandes. And this is what we have been speaking all along. We need Fernandes. We need Fernandes to be center of the core of that team, and this wasn't happening. There was a time Bruno Fernandes was playing at the right wing or left wing. That was idiotic, literally idiotic. But finally, somebody from the legends of the club has actually come out and slammed the players. He in fact slammed Rashford. And that was very refreshing because most of the time what happens, जो English media होती है, they are very biased towards the English players, and Rashford was like playing like shit for most of the time, but still nobody was blaming him. And finally Wayne Rooney said this, he wants Rashford to score goals, he wants Rashford to break some records, but now it's not the time. It seems like it's not going to happen, so I think he need to leave, and I'll be okay with it. I don't want him to leave. I know he's a good player, but still I think it's time now. I think Rashford needs to part his ways from Man United. He needs to go look for some other challenge, and we need to buy someone who's actually desperate to score some goals, who's actually desperate to play the kind of football that we want. And I don't think it's good enough. I don't think Rashford is now good enough to break those kind of barriers that we were hoping he would do for us, and that is very sad because I think Rashford was a great player. But again, if we want to fight, the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, the kind of players they are recruiting, that's amazing, and we are not. We are actually miles behind them. So that is very disturbing and disappointing. But let's move on. And let me just talk about what Rooney actually said. He said that he wants Bruno Fernandes to stay at the club. He wants Ten Hag to build the team around Bruno Fernandes. He must not sell the younger players. He wants the younger players to stay as the core of the team, the likes of Garnacho, Menu, and Ahmad. He even talked about Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw because they are the players we were trying to sell off. Luke Shaw was a great left back. I think he was the best left back in the European championships, but unfortunately since he's injured, I don't think he's gonna come back. Now we have news that Luke Shaw won't be coming back for this season. He'll be out up until the end of June or sometime mid-June, so I don't think he's gonna be back for FA Cup, and that's very disheartening because we wanted a left back. We really wanted a left back. We tried. Luke Shaw was a great player because remember he tried playing as a centre back too, but again I think it's time for him to leave too because he is now getting old, and we need somebody who's actually fit most of the time. We don't need another injury-prone players, and I think it's time for Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw. But don't forget the midfield. Casemiro is rumored to go to Saudi. Christian Eriksen is almost up. His time is up. I think he's just one heartbeat away from that. Stroke. I don't mean bad. I don't mean bad to him, but unfortunately he is part of my club, and I want him to leave. I want him to move on. I need other different young players who can actually take this legacy forward. I don't want old crippled players to play around the field and have okay fine, we're gonna do this, okay fine, we're gonna do that. I don't want that. I want energetic players. I want young players. I want the players around them. We can build a team, a proper team. And that is very disturbing because most of our players, nobody's gonna buy them, nobody, and that is very idiotic, and that is very sad for Manchester United because nobody's gonna nobody's gonna purchase Anthony on that fees. Nobody's gonna purchase Harry Maguire on those wages, Luke Shaw. I mean that is very idiotic. And don't forget, Varane already left. Varane has already officially announced that he'll be leaving Man United. We already have one centre back short. Now Casemiro will be rumored to go to Saudi. That's very disturbing. And as long as we are talking about the transfers, let me just say this. I'm very scared about this news because Bruno Fernandes, after that game, he spoke to the press and he did that in an interview, and he simply said that if the club wants me to leave, I'll leave. I don't want to leave, but if the club wants me to leave, I'll leave. We know this that a week or a couple of weeks before, there was behind the closed doors chat between Bruno Fernandes and the management about the future of the club. And I don't know what has happened between those closed doors. But if they are trying to sell Bruno Fernandes, who has been the best midfielder, who has been the best signing since post Fergie era, then these assholes are gonna ruin the club more, even more. I believe in Eric Ten Hag. I think he loves Bruno Fernandes. I think and I know Bruno Fernandes loves the club. I know the way he has played. Don't forget, since he signed for Man United, he has been the best player in all formats. He has been the best player for Man United. He has been the best player in the Premier League. He has been the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League in terms of goals and in terms of creating chances. He's ahead of De Bruyne. I mean, De Bruyne, we consider De Bruyne as the legend of the Man City. So he's ahead of De Bruyne. You need to respect that at least. And this is why I'm scared, because Manchester United is a kind of fool enough to let Fernandes go. Man United can do that. They are idiots that way. I'm not looking forward to that incident. If Bruno Fernandes is gone, then we'll be like really fighting for the top four. We'll be really fighting. If we could anyhow make two top six, that's gonna be a big of an achievement. And this is that I don't want. This is what Rooney has been saying, that we need to build the team around Fernandes, and we don't need to part ways from him. And that is just disappointing for me, and frightening too. What if Bruno Fernandes leaves? What if he's gonna just say goodbye to us and he's gonna go to other footballing? I'm really sad for this. I'm really frightened. I'm really scared. I don't know what we're gonna do, because I don't think so we're gonna find another Bruno Fernandes. I really don't think so. He has been the best signing. He has been the best player since Alex Ferguson left. But anyways, and because of this clarity, because whatever has happened between these closed doors, because of this what we're going to call it, because of this unclarified situation that we're going to having, that whether Ten Hag will be sacked, whether he won't be, what is the future of the club, where the club is headed. Because of this clarity, we're going to lose another signing, which could have been another good signing for our midfield, Sesko. It has been rumored that Man United were talking to Sesko, but now Arsenal are in the race too. And because there is no clarity of the vision of the future for the club, Sesko is tempted to leave Man United, or to reject Man United and go for Arsenal. I mean, again, this is the time Sir Jim Ratcliffe really needs to deliver. He needs to stop making excuses. He needs to stop. Now you can't blame Glazers. Don't forget, you can't blame Glazers now. You need to take the decisions in your own hand. Now you're the owner of the club, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe needs to now deliver. He really needs to deliver. I'm sick and tired of having some excuses. I'm sick and tired of watching my club go to ruins, and now I'm just tired. Now I don't want any excuse. I really want good signings. I really want the manager. I really want the management to back the manager. You really need to do that. And as long as we are discussing transfers, there's an update on Michael Ole's front, the Crystal Palace winger. He's a great kid. He's a great talent. I think he's a really nice signing. I mean, he can score goals, he can dribble, he can create chances from the wing, which is what we actually need right now, because we don't have wingers who can create. Ahmad is too young right now. He's doing brilliantly, but he's young. Garnacho is still in the development zone. We need players like Ole's, and I think he'll be a terrific signing. I really think, just imagine the front 3 or 4, Garnacho, Ahmad, Olis, Rasmus, Bruno Fernandes. That's gonna be hell of a front three or front four. But we need to sign that. And now there are rumors that Michael Oli's 60 million release clause will be triggered, and Man United are still discussing. They are keen to sign Michael Oli's, but Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle are in the race too. And we all know how Chelsea spends. We all know Newcastle need good players, flair players in the team. And if Man United lose this key target, who's just around 60 million, I don't think that's bad. I think that's fine. But we need to work fast. If Chelsea or Arsenal or even Newcastle United go for Michael Oli's, that's going to be a big loss for us. Don't forget, he made just in our previous game where we lost to Crystal Palace 4-0. He scored a goal, and he made Casemiro look like a championship player. So if a player can do that to your own team, you need to sign him. You need to go for him. And if he's there on the market for just 55 to 60 million, I think there really is a good chance for you to sign him for around 50 or 55. You can talk to the team. You can talk to the club. You can do something about it. But as far as the players are concerned, I really think it's not going to be easy for us. I think it's going to be difficult. We need at least 2 to 3 summer windows January windows where we can leave or kick all these players out of the club. But we need 2-3 windows. We need to back Eric Ten Hag, and it's not going to be easy. You can't just shell out 11 to 12 players in one summer window. You need at least 2 to 3 summer windows for that. And I think we really should back Ten Hag. And as far as these players are concerned, I'm really glad. Once again, I'm just gonna say I'm really glad that Rooney came forward and he spoke those words about the players. Because this has to be said. This has to be said this out loud, because these players are not good enough. I mean, they are good players. Like Rooney said, Harry Maguire is a good player. Luke Shaw is a good player. Rashford is a great player. But I think the way they are playing, it's not good enough for Man United. You need Man United on the top. You need Man United fighting for championships. You need Man United fighting for Champions League. You don't wanna just fight for the top 4. I think these players are not good enough. We need to sell them out. But anyways, that's my point of view. Let's just see what happens. We're gonna be sharing more news if something floats around Man United. I'm gonna be quick on that. I promise you, and I swear on that. I'm a very lazy person. That's a fact. I'm a very lazy guy, but still, I'm gonna do something nice. I'm gonna do something great for this conversation we are having. I really need to do something about it. But as long as Man United concerned, whatever news floats around Man United, we'll be sharing that too. Until then, please take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay fit. Glory, glory, Man United. Bye bye.